So it's that time of year again. You guys know whenever there's an influx of a lot of releases and they're coming in like groups, I like to do these videos where I talk to you guys about these upcoming releases to prepare you for them, to let you know which ones I'm interested in, which ones I'm going to be picking up, give you breakdowns, kind of prepare you for the releases. Well, right now we have 10, maybe a couple more than that, fragrances that are on their way out that I wanted to prepare you for, from Rasasi to PDM, stuff like that. That way, I want to get a little bit of information and give it to you guys. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you talking about some upcoming releases. There is one release that, technically two, that were already out prior to this video, but I haven't really talked about them, so I figured I would at least mention them in the beginning. But before we get into them, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, comment below. Let me know some of the favorites that you're most looking forward to here. So there's two fragrances, two designer fragrances. One was released about 2 months ago in duty-free stores. Usually Boss, what they do is once a year they'll do their regular release, and then once a year they'll do the scent release, which they haven't done this year, weirdly enough. I think it was because they were switching the bottle style up. And then they'll do one release that comes to a duty-free for about 2 to 3 months, and then it will come to full stores. Well, that is Boss Bottled Beyond. The note breakdown, I'm not even going to give it to you guys, because from what I've heard, the note breakdown makes absolutely no sense, because it's supposedly like warm, spicy leather with some citrus. Well, from what I'm actually understanding is Boss Bottled Beyond, which they changed up the bottle style again, which again, I don't understand, because Boss Bottled's been out since like 1990s, and I don't understand why change that bottle style up, especially for collectors out there. Might just be me, but who knows. Anyway, apparently it's another fresh fragrance. I know Jeff from SoCal Scents is getting that in from Influencer, so keep an eye out on his page when you guys want to hear about it. I know some European reviewers already got it, again, because it was in only European duty-free stores. But yeah, Boss Bottle Beyond is on its way out. There's also another one called Prada Paradigme that wasn't really talked about a lot. I did test it out at my store. It comes in a green bottle. I'll put it up on the screen. To me, it smelled nice. It reminded me about 5 or 6 other fragrances, so it wasn't something that I was like, I need to buy this and talk about this right now. I also didn't hear anybody even ask me about it, so I would check it out. I mean, it does smell nice, but it's a very comparable fragrance to other things that are out there already. I will probably end up picking it up when it comes on discounters and talking about it, but honestly, that's not one you're going to be seeing on my channel, to be honest. Unless I get like 100 people saying you should pick that up, then maybe. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about that's I kind of already did discuss on a short form video. There's a bunch of Rasasi Hawases coming out. And there's actually 4. I just found out that today. There's 4. We have Viper, Kobra, Malibu, and Atlantis. I know they originally released the information about Atlantis, no note breakdown, and then they did one for Viper, no note breakdown, and then the next day after that they released the information and note breakdowns for 2 more. So I already have the original. I have red, I have ice. My issue with the Rasasi Hawas line is they were one of the first Middle Eastern brands that I knew about in the fragrance community, and they've always been one of the only Middle Eastern brands that were known for having only originals, not clones. Like they had Hawas, which is not a clone of anything, even though people said it was a clone of Aqua. It came out before it. Then they had Ice, which was a nicer version of it. It was, and the original was Plum. It was nice woody tones, a little bit watery, but it was just a very beautiful blend that was great and very mass appealing and a really nice price. And then the Hawas Ice is like a fresher version of that. And I really enjoyed those two. And then they came out with the Elixir, which was a clone, like slightly inspired by. Then they came out with red, and even though a lot of people didn't know, it is a, even though I don't know if they tried to do this at Rasasi, but this is definitely very similar to Josiah Imperial Valley. I didn't know that until somebody told me about it, and I tried out Imperial Valley, and it very much is. But this is probably my favorite of all of the releases, and it's more of a twist. And then they came out with black, and I don't like black, and that's another clone. And then they came out with the one that's the closest to the original, which is Le Beau Paradise Garden or Rasasi Hawas Tropical. And to me, I was like, I have 600 fragrances in my collection. I don't need redundancy. So that's what bothered me and put me off on the Rasasi brand, is that for their main line, the Hawas line, they're using the name Hawas as a cash grab now to just put out everything clone, and they're just falling trapped to the clones. And that's what I don't like. And so while these fragrances I'm still going to probably try and at least listen to some of my friends in the community and see what they think about it, I'm not really apt to go out and pick them up right now. But the note breakdowns for the ones that there are: Kobra is bergamot, tangerine, and ginger; green tea, cinnamon, and neroli; and then wood, musk, and amber. And then Malibu is orange, pineapple, grapefruit; orris, lavender, amber; musk, tonka, cashmere, and patchouli. And the other two, again, are Viper and Atlantis. These do look like clones. What are they cloning? I don't know. It could be from Pacific Chill for Atlantis. There could be, there's definitely like an imagination one possibly in there. Maybe Argos Neptune's Trident, but they're going to try doing twists, and I'm not necessarily here for it yet. There probably will be one that stands out from the crowd here. And to me, that one looks, at least in my opinion, to either be Kobra or Malibu, but we don't know anything about Viper or Atlantis. So we'll figure that one out. I'm just not excited about it like I used to be for like when Hawas Ice came out, I was like pumped. Since then, I mean, I bought this like a year after the release. Like, I'm just not excited about it because I'm not down for the clones, all the clones. I know some people still are, and that's great. It's just, to me, they ruined a line that I really enjoyed just by making it more of a clone line and releasing now 8 fragrances in just over a year in the same line. And it's only because they're using it as the cash cow of their brand. And I just don't understand that. I mean, I understand it as far as the brand perspective, but you're also putting a damper on the name Hawas, in my opinion. With that said, another line of fragrances that is not getting the friendliest of hype right now is the new Parfums de Marly. So there are 3 Parfums de Marly: Aragon, just like the dragon, I guess, Kerios, and Valero. And they are going to be $530 a bottle. They also changed the bottle style up for these, where they're actually uglier than the original, in my opinion. They had like these gem-looking caps, and then the bottle is just clear with a little horse head. I actually really love the Parfums de Marly original bottles. I understand switching it up. They do look clean. I'd have to feel them in hand to feel what they feel like, and hopefully the atomizers are better than the other Parfums de Marlys. But we shall see. But $530, I'm not paying that for that, obviously. Hopefully they will come on discounters under $300. And then if one of them gets really hyped up, or maybe I'll get one for free from somewhere, and then I'll be able to try them out for you. I'll at least get decants, but we'll figure that out. But anyway, the 3-note breakdown, which is ridiculous, and I guarantee you these are going to smell different than the note breakdowns. The Aragon is cinnamon, patchouli, and vanilla. That could go so many ways. I mean, cinnamon, patchouli, and vanilla sounds amazing, but what else is in there? There could be rose, there could be oud that you don't even know. And so that fragrance could come out to be a super warm, gourmand cinnamon vanilla scent, or it could come out like a rose oud, just has cinnamon and vanilla under it. You don't know. And Parfums de Marly is one of those brands that will hide the notes that a lot, or the ingredients that people aren't going to be as appealing. And then we have Kerios. Aragon is the one that I'm most excited about. But with Kerios, that's also my second favorite, most excited one. Red Mandarin, Red Thyme, and Tonka. Putting thyme in a fragrance sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But mixing it with mandarin and tonka, that kind of sounds like a spicy version of, I don't know, like that Mugler Amen Ultra Zest or something like that. I honestly don't know. It looks like it could be really good, but again, 3-note breakdown for a $530 bottle does not make sense to me. So I will update you when they get full note breakdowns, but for now, not too excited about that one. Aragon, out of all three of these, is the one that I'm most excited about, but it's only because it's 3 notes that I like. And then the last one is Valero. This one is so just basic looking. It's geranium, lavender, and ambroxan. But again, if they add grapefruit and ginger and stuff to the top, that could be a bomb. I mean, an absolutely amazing freshie. But right now, it just looks like if you just took those 3 notes and made a fragrance, it's aromatic. And then you have a bright, effervescent, woody tone underneath it. To me, that's not $530. But again, I digress because it's a 3-note breakdown. So those are the 3. And then we have a finally announced. This one was, I mean, it's a Chanel, so everybody's all on top of it. This was finally acknowledged yesterday by Jeff from SoCal Sense. I already knew the date was 8/11, but it wasn't confirmed. He confirmed it with a Chanel rep. August 11th, the brand new Chanel Bleu De Chanel exclusive will be coming out. And from the grapevine, there is no note breakdown. From the grapevine through the Chanel rep, apparently it smells like Bleu De Chanel Parfum with a dialed down citrus and added in leather. It is the year of the leather, so I'm not surprised. And with Chanel, the Bleu De Chanels are so close to each other as far as the scent, just with slightly warmer tones, slightly more woody, slightly more fresh. I'm not surprised. It will smell like a Bleu De Chanel, and it's going to be $210 for the 60 or 50 mil, and then it's going to be like $240 for the large one, which, I mean, crazy prices. So definitely try that one out, but 8/11 is when it will be hitting stores. And then finally, the final fragrance that I wanted to talk about here is the one that I'm going to be getting a bottle here very soon, and the one that I'm most excited about. It is Angel Share on the Rocks by Kilian. The notes are on the rocks accord, grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, aldehydes, cognac, cinnamon bark, tonka, amber, and oak wood. This should release around $350, $375, while hitting discounters within like a month or two on olfactory, probably $250, $260. Still a high price, but with that said, I love Angel Share. Angel Share Paradigme with a nice raspberry tone on top of the original Angel Share. Very nice. I didn't pick up a bottle though because I still like the original Angel Share, and that smells like Angel Share just with raspberry for the first half hour. So I didn't find the need to pay that much. I will buy it once it gets way further down on discounters. Very nice addition to any line, especially if you don't have the original Angel Share. But this one, it looks like a fresh Angel Share. So if you took Angel Share and you literally put it on a fresher, more watery, more bright, citrusy, I think that would be fantastic. I don't know how the cinnamon and the oak and all that will go good with the citrus. When they did the apple brandy on the rocks, the original apple brandy is very good and it leans masculine, but when they did the on the rocks, they leaned it femme, so it's not as wearable for me. I really hope they don't do that with Angel Share, but we shall see. It does sound like it's going to be really good, and I'm really here for it. Let me know what you guys think about that, but outside of that, there's really nothing else to talk about. There's a new Sense of Wood fragrance that's coming out, but not anything that anybody should care about, I'd say. But obviously check out iFragrance Official if you ever want to know. But yeah, Angel Share, PDM, Aragon, Kerios, Valero, the 4 new Rasasis, Boss Bottled Beyond, and then we have the Prada Paradigme. Those are the fragrances that you should be keeping an eye out for. Out of all of them, I'd say the one that I'm most excited about is the Angel Share and maybe Parfums de Marly Aragon, but yeah, we shall see about that. So let me know what you guys think, and again, I'll be back with another one. Peace out.